To other stories now, and a video of a heavily drunk police officer with a rifle in a commercial vehicle, that's Trotro, has popped up on social media. The police officer, whose name is not known, boarded a vehicle from Ridge Roundabout to Medina. Now joining me in the studio to discuss further on the video you just saw is Adam Bona. He is a security expert. Good afternoon, sir, and thanks for your time.
Good afternoon.
First of all, what do you make of this video, knowing that it's a no-no?
Good afternoon to your cherished viewers. It's a no-no under the police service regulations. I mean, drinking alcohol is whilst on duty is something that the service policy frowns on. And so this police officer, I believe, would have to be interrogated, and then if found culpable should be severely dealt with. One of usually the punishment could be reduction in rank, and sometimes if it is, we are seeing these are visuals, but you need to test to see whether what's the level. Is it alcohol? Could it be cocaine? It could be anything. And so depending on what he's taken in him, sometimes he could be dismissed. And so as far as I'm concerned, the police police institution frowns on this type of behavior. It's not supposed to be done.
Now that bit deals with, he's sitting in a public transport. You're one person who's pushed and always advocated for the working tools, infrastructure, logistics for the police service. He has a gun with him in a Trotro. Is this any fault of his?
It is not, but from where your narrative, he picked the vehicle from, is it Rich Hospital? From Rich Hospital to Medina. He's clearly crossing from one jurisdiction to the other under the police, service policy. You are talking about Ridge comes under a different administration. Medina itself is a division. And so which division does it belong to? You see, he was armed with an AK47 assault rifle. Crossing from different, he would have gone through, maybe Nima police station, that's another division. So he would go through several divisions. And so this is something we need to establish. What happened? And so it's not supposed to be, unless he is being asked to go and perform some duties there, which has to be sanctioned. But again, sitting in a commercial vehicle with, an assault rifle is something that is a no-no. Even in a civilian, a private vehicle is a no-no. Yes, they are allowed to, those who are...
But this is very normal. People see this all the time.
It's not supposed to be. It's not, it's a no-no. It's not supposed to be. You are talking about, what one AK-47 assault rifle, when you have one AK-47 bullet fired, how many people it can kill? And you are sitting in, a vehicle that most of these people are not people who have been trained in, arms and ammunition. So if anything happens and there's a discharge, are they going to deck or they are going to jump? If there's an accident and this, assault rifle, locks on, it's going to spray everybody. And so we have accepted it to be the norm, but there again, it shouldn't be. It's not supposed to be the practice, but we cannot be in a hurry to blame the police, because then if the state has not provided them with the necessary logistics, then they aren't going to be able to work, because then they're supposed to be vans and vehicles, marked vehicles or marked police vehicles that's supposed to pick them from one jurisdiction to the other. But unfortunately...
Now this matter about logistics will never go away.
Yeah.
And you're one person who's come up strong on this issue. Now, we've seen this video pop up on social media as citizenry. Probably this could come from a citizen journalist. Can this in any way, with the noise being made about it, bring about any change?
Well, I believe that there has been change. Some change has taken, it's ongoing. The only thing is that it is too little, and so one would have expected the change to happen very rapidly. I know a lot of equipment are being procured, but there again, we need to ask the Minister of Finance to release funding to the Ghana Police Service so they are able to procure vehicles and other things to transport personnel from one location to the other. Until that is done, we are always going to come back to this.
Now when we talk about corporate social responsibility, and we see some of these officers with their machines in banks, we see them with guns in these banking halls. And don't you think that it's high time corporate Ghana supports? Yes, there's some bit of support. We hear that they've done this, they've done that, they're doing this. But can they also do more?
They can do more. You see, it's one thing I've spoken about for decades. It is only in this country, and maybe some African countries, you find police officers armed protecting the bank's money. Technology says you don't have to do that. You have pickups turned into bullion vans. If you go to Europe and Britain and other places, bullion vans are supposed to have shredders. So you count the money, they are serialized, and so when you are counting, so when there is an attack, the shredder in the bullion vans destroys the money. And so you only pay to the Bank of England, Bank of America, and they print you more currency. That wouldn't lead to inflation. But unfortunately, if there are 40,000 police officers in Ghana, at every 24 hours, you have 1,000 of them protecting the banks. And the funny thing is that even when the money they pay to the police, the money is paid, it goes to chest. It doesn't go to the police. And so I would say that why should we should rather tax the banks, tax them more, and make sure that within every geographical area, the citizens, including the banks, are protected. Like you go to maybe central London and you would have maybe 4 or 5 police vehicles on the beat circling round. We don't have it here.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Thank you so much for your time. Adam Bona is a security expert, and we're looking